This is some gossip. Now, I don't know if it's real. It was forwarded by Chad. Nobody could stomach the Zumick, guest coordinator for the More Stories podcast with Jay Moore. Pat Dixon gave me this. I don't know if I'm supposed to say that. I have heard from multiple sources that the reason Pinky isn't doing spots at the Comedy Cellar is because he got suspended last year for things he said on the podcast, and now Etsy won't give him spots because he is anti-Semitic. I am not saying this is true. I am reading this. I could blow this up so you know that I'm reading this, and I'm not. This is not anything that I am condoning, nor do I think it's. I'm not sure it's true, but this is what this person is saying. So I don't know, but that's what it is. So you know, this is real, and I'm just reading it. So now you know. And let me see. I don't know if this is true. So if it's not, it's just what someone emailed me. The stand won't give him spots because of Dave Attell, and it is also why Dave Juskow won't do a Misery Loves Company. When Dave had him kicked out, Patrick decided it wasn't worth having Kevin doing spots there. He even told the people who book shows like Arenberg to not invite Kevin. Kevin asked Arenberg to try and help him get some spots at places like Stand Up New York and New York Comedy Club, and they don't want him around. I can understand why anybody doesn't want him around. The only place that will give him spots is the comic strip, and only for weekday spots. The comedy community knows that Kevin is anti-Semitic, and no comic wants anything to do with him. Well, I agree with that. I mean, I think even he's intimated that his whole show is burning bridges, so I can't imagine that not being true. But, you know, this is just an honest opinion and something forwarded by this person, and it includes Chad Zumick and Mel. I don't know what that is. Also, nothing I know about, and I can't tell you how it's the reason Kevin is that we're separated around the time he first started his podcast because he got. All right, I'm not going to get into this because this I don't know. I don't know if I want to get into this shit because now it's getting personal. Let's just say he's alleging something about Pinky and his wife, but I'm not going to read that because I'm different than Pinky. I'm not going to get involved with people's wives. They really couldn't. Okay, they could. All right, I'm not. But I think it's known that they did have a separation. I think. As for Kevin's current finances, I do know that during the pandemic, his mom was paying his rent. Now, this is an accusation. I don't know if it's true, but this is just what it says, which would be kind of hypocritical considering the fact that he always says that my mom bought my house. I don't know if it was for 6 months or a year, but I know it was for a while. I also know that the big reason Kevin and Neil had a falling out is Kevin was desperate for money and was begging Neil to give him work or loan him money, and Neil refused. Kevin is a good man. I don't know if that's true. I'm just reading what was emailed to me. I wish I could explain to you how I know these things, but I can't without betraying a close friend of mine who was in that scene. I understand if you were skeptical but felt compelled to reach out to you. Keep doing what you're doing. It's great. Keep exposing that racist girlfriend beater, Kumia, too. People in New York are so happy he is moving. Norton is relieved he won't have to deal with with the baggage Kumia brings on a daily basis. Now, again, I'm not saying any of this is true. It was emailed to me. That's all I can say about it. And I don't know if it's true. Let's see. Now we're getting some super chats.